40 worshippers killed after an attack on a church in Africa. An ISIS-linked group has claimed responsibility for this, and a witness has now come forward and spoken to Fox. Senior foreign affairs correspondent Greg Palcott has this horrifying story for us. So, Greg, what exactly did the witness say?
Sandra, it was an unbelievable massacre. In the words of the eyewitness to Fox, we don't understand why this is all happening. Some 43 people killed in cold blood by machete and gun-wielding rebels of the Islamic State-affiliated ADF outfit at a prayer vigil in a small town on the eastern border of Congo. Buildings there were also torched. The ugly toll included 15 men, 19 women, and 9 children. Their bodies found strewn around the area. Other children were abducted. The eyewitness added to Fox News Digital, they kill those that met in the church hall. Those who tried to flee were caught and killed in the compound and running towards the road. People were sad. There was sadness everywhere. This comes when the Trump administration is trying to bring peace to a region which has seen such turmoil. This Christian slaughter condemned by the State Department, members of Congress, the UN, and yes, Pope Leo XIV, who expressed, quote, deep pain over this brutal terror attacks, sending condolences to the bereaved families and Christian community who lost loved ones in the assault, saying he'd pray for them. That eyewitness concluded with, there was crying and weeping everywhere. Everything they had was lost. They have nothing now. And again, Sandra, ISIS taking the credit for more horror. Back to you.
Greg Palcott.
Kenya's President William Ruto has announced a plan to give 50,000 shillings each to 70 youths in all 1,450 wards across the country, a total of 5 billion shillings starting next month.
The government has unveiled plans to empower youth across the country by providing 50,000 shillings each to 70 young people in every one of the 1,450 wards. President William Ruto announced that a total of 5 billion shillings will be disbursed starting next month in partnership with the World Bank. He described the initiative as the most effective strategy to address the rising unemployment crisis by enabling young people to start their own businesses. The announcement was made during the International Youth Day event held at Masinde Muliro University in Kakamega County. Melita Olatenges reports.
President William Ruto appears to be on a charm offensive, reaching out to the youth, a demographic that played a major role in his election victory, but has been at the forefront of recent anti-government protests. Keen to rebuild trust, the president says it is time for open, honest conversations to understand and address the challenges young people face.
And I want to engage so that we can take our country forward. We want to have an informed conversation. You know, we do not want to engage in rumors, in propaganda, in fake news, in distorted issues. We want to engage on matters that are important to the young people of our nation.
Fresh from unveiling a $500 million shilling youth empowerment program at State House, Nairobi, aimed at providing startup capital, mentorship and skills training for thousands of young entrepreneurs, the president told the gathering that this is only the beginning of his ambitious plans to transform the lives of Kenya's youth and create lasting economic opportunities.
In every ward across Kenya, and I want you to listen to this carefully, 70 young entrepreneurs, 110,000 in total, will each receive a grant of 50,000 shillings in startup capital under this program.
Kakamega Governor Fernandez Baraza praised the initiative, describing it as a clear demonstration that the president is committed to fulfilling his promises and delivering tangible benefits to the youth.
Na hiyo ni shughuli ambayo tunahakikisha vijana wetu watafaidika kwa sababu ya ajira itapatikana pale. We want to appreciate you in a special way because you have unlocked what your predecessors failed to do.
However, the forum also provided a platform for youth voices to speak candidly, offering both counsel and critique.
It is very true that if you don't listen to the voters, then 2027, you might listen to the returning officer. Watu wanasema unatenga lakini hautengi. Shida ni watu wa mkono. Ita watu wako wa mkono kwa ofisi na uwapange. Mimi kama the Dean of Comrades, sisi tunaona umempower sana watu wa secondary. Unawapea free food primary hapo Nairobi. Unadhani sisi comrades tumeshiba?
Beyond business support, the president also outlined plans to create more youth jobs through the government's affordable housing program, as well as new opportunities in the digital economy. Following the youth forum, the president traveled to Homa Bay County, where he is scheduled to officially open the 9th Devolution Conference on Wednesday, underscoring his commitment to inclusive governance and national development. Melita.
The stated aim is to help young people start small businesses and create employment for themselves. While this sounds like a lifeline to struggling youths, we must ask, will this money genuinely empower them, or will it be another short-term political stunt with little lasting impact? How will the government ensure fairness in distribution, transparency, and actual business sustainability? Could this be the start of real economic inclusion, or just another chapter in Kenya's long history of political handouts? What do you think? In another deeply concerning development, at least 43 people have been killed in an ISIS-linked attack on a Christian church in Africa. This tragic incident is a grim reminder of the continued threat of extremism on the continent. It raises hard questions about the capacity of African governments to protect their citizens and the role of international powers in counterterrorism efforts. How many more lives must be lost before African nations unite to combat this menace effectively? And why does the world seem to react faster to similar tragedies elsewhere than to those that happen here in Africa? Could the value of African lives be underestimated in the global consciousness? Meanwhile, in Ivory Coast, a nation with a long history of French influence, the people are rising to assert their true independence. Notably, it remains the only West African country still hosting Western troops. If Ivorians succeed in expelling these foreign forces, it could trigger a seismic shift in the region, potentially breaking the final link of Western neocolonialism in West Africa.
For that matter, they want him out.
The streets of Abidjan and other major cities have erupted in protest. But this time, it's not just the youth, the civil society, or the political opposition that is rising up. This time, it includes men in uniform, soldiers who have sworn to defend the country, now standing in defiance of the very system they once served, are now siding with the people. These aren't just whispers in the barracks. These are bold, visible alliances formed in the open streets of Abobo, Yopougon, Bouaké, and even in military camps across the interior regions of the country. This is unprecedented. Not since the post-electoral crisis of 2010, which claimed thousands of lives and nearly tore the country apart, has the nation witnessed such a stark division between the presidency and its military forces. The slogans echo through the streets like war drums. No to the fourth term. The army stands with the people. Ouattara must go. Young men and women, many of whom were children during the last crisis, are now marching for a future they refuse to let slip into autocracy. The intensity of the protests has escalated rapidly. Barricades made of tires and wood are being erected. Fires blaze in the streets. Security forces attempt to push back, but each time they do, they face a crowd more resolute than before.
Democracy doesn't work. Democracy gives power to the people. And because they don't want you to have the power as a people, that is why they brought the system. Gave you a shadow of democracy. And the people that you elect are the ones who have total control and a say over everything that you have. How can just, let's say, maybe 500 people decide for millions of people? And this is what we have been practicing as democracy in our respective countries. This is a democratic nation. changing the constitution against the will of the people. The same international bodies you are calling to come in will never come in because this serves them. The leader serves their interest. We have to wake up, black people, the youth of Africa, and find the African solution to our problems, because this demonstration is the white man's language. It will never help us. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make Africa great for ourselves and the next generation.
This is not just about Ivory Coast, it's about sovereignty, dignity, and the right of African nations to shape their futures free from foreign interference. But the big question is, will the people succeed, or will powerful external interests crush this movement? And if they succeed, will other African countries follow suit? From Kenya's youth funding promise, to the devastating ISIS-linked attack, to Ivory Coast's fight for sovereignty, Africa stands at a crossroads. These events remind us that real freedom is not just declared, it is defended, nurtured, and sustained. The question is, will our leaders and our people rise to the challenge, or will we remain at the mercy of political games, violent extremism, and foreign control? Here at AfriFreedomChannel, we will continue to shine a light on these defining moments, because the future of Africa is written by those who care enough to act. The fight for a better tomorrow starts with awareness today, and awareness starts with you. Stay informed, stay engaged, and never stop believing in the power of change.